That's right, Gary. A new era on Beacon Hill. It begins with Inauguration Day.
All the duties incumbent upon me as governor.
And there you see Charlie Baker sworn in as the 72nd elected governor of Massachusetts. Several other former governors also in attendance. Some of those people he worked for earlier on. Also current governors from other states there in the front of the building. Also Boston Mayor Marty Walsh sitting front and center for Governor Baker's inaugural address.
It is with great humility and high honor that I assume the office of Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Now, Baker went on to talk about many of his goals and plans for his first term in office, including balancing the state budget, cutting the deficit, which has had some controversy, and of course, reforming the state health connector.
Former Mayor Tom Menino taught us all many valuable lessons. He believed government was about high ideals, but he also equally believed that basic services mattered and that every detail counted. When people have to wait for hours to conduct a simple transaction at the registry, they're not being served. And when thousands of families continue to be confused and let down by the health connector, we're not paying attention to the details. Those are but two examples. We will challenge the status quo. We will look for
And there was a lot of applause there, a lot of people inside, and it may have been warm indoors as Governor Baker outlined his new plans, but it was extremely cold outside. And hey, that did not stop hundreds of people from packing out the whole front entrance to the State House there. They all wanted to wish Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito a warm welcome. After the inauguration, Baker went on to meet with cabinet members and got to work outlining more of his goals and ideals. Baker and his wife finished off the night, as you can see here, stealing the show with a dance at the inaugural ball. Nice moves there. But hey, the party didn't stop there either. During Governor Baker's first day in office, some big news for Boston. The U.S. Olympic Committee officially selects Boston to represent the American nomination to host the 2024 Summer Olympics. But it's not over just yet. That's just another step in the process. And all along, every step, Boston has survived, and Boston's come out on top. So far, the competition is about to get even harder, though. After beating out cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C., now they're going to be comparing up against cities like Rome, Paris, Berlin in the global landscape. The final decision is still 2 years away. And the reaction to this idea of a Boston Olympics is kind of a mixed bag. A lot of different people on both sides. Not everyone calls it a win. Now, some business owners are optimistic about the idea of new customers and tourists coming to town, but there are still many people concerned about the expensive costs to the taxpayer and, of course, all that heavy traffic cramming the roadways. In medical news, Cambridge biotech company Surface Oncology emerging from behind the shadows with an announcement. It's raised $35 million in its first round of funding. Surface Oncology has been developing new ways to utilize a person's own immune system to attack cancer cells. Surface raised funding from a number of venture capitalists. You may have heard of some of these: Fidelity Biosystems, Atlas Ventures, and Novartis Institute. And moving on now to the courtroom. Jury selection already underway for the murder trial of former New England Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez. The trial in Fall River. Now, he's charged with the murder of Odin Lloyd from the summer of 2013. He also faces a separate trial for the murder of two other men in Boston's South End the year prior to that, 2012. Now, these are state trials, meaning that unlike the Zernayev trial in federal court, there will be cameras allowed in the courtroom. Obviously, you're looking at some of the footage now. The court has started out by looking for over 1,000 potential jury members in Bristol County where the murder took place. Those that are whittled down to the 12 on the bench will take different tours around the actual places where the murders took place.